Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's the Fifth Avenue Project. We are back at it with another episode. Now, for today, I want to switch it up a little bit. I want to show you guys 6 ways you can save money. Now, oftentimes, people want to save money. They just don't know how. They have bad spending habits. And a lot of times, it kills me because some people, they just don't see it. They just keep spending, and they're in a world of debt. I don't know how much you make, so I'm not gonna put a bullshit video title like some people do, save 20 grand a year. You don't even know how much that person makes, so how can you save 20 grand? You don't even know their spending habits. But what I will say is you will save thousands for sure. You will save thousands for sure if you follow everything in this video. And the thing is, in this video, you could implement everything in this video within a couple of days. So bullet point number one, stop buying a new phone every year. It kills me when I see people throwing away perfectly good phones, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's an Android phone, any phone. Stop buying a phone every year. You do not need a phone every year. And you know what's crazy about the phone game? They got y'all hooked. The marketing, especially Apple, they got everybody hooked into thinking that if you don't have the new phone every year, you just living in the past. You're living under a rock. It's not the case. I personally work with phones. I open them up. I see what's in there. They basically use the same hardware for about every 2-3 years. The only thing they do is change the software. See, they don't want you to notice. They give you the updates to change the software and maybe make the phone a couple of grams lighter and then just market it as some new super duper phone. But it's really not. You know what I'm saying? So don't get a new phone every year. Your phone probably costs more than the TV you got in your living room. Not the case for everybody. Some of y'all got the 4K. Some of y'all looking at the 8K TVs coming out. But for the average person, there's a chance that your phone either costs as much as your TV or it's in the same ballpark. And that's saying a lot. How often do you change your TV? Do you change your TV every year? No, you don't. So why do you change your phone every year? You might be saying that's apples to oranges. No, it's not. Do you buy a new computer every year? No, you don't, right? You buy TV every year? No, you don't. Do you buy a new stereo every year? No, you don't. So why is one of the most expensive items that you have is being purchased every year? The technology in your phone is good for 2-3 years easily. So you have to ask yourself, do I need a new phone or do I want a new phone? Very important. If you want or need a new phone, buy it in full. You get an unlocked phone. Why would you buy a phone unlocked? Because then you could do prepaid plans. You could do prepaid. So what I want to do is go over to H2O Wireless, right? You go over to H2O Wireless or any similar carrier. You have prepaid monthly plans. Now, if you look at some of this right here, you go into plans, you click unlimited. Now you see right here, check this out. You have unlimited talk and text, unlimited international to 50 countries, and you get $10 international credit for the countries that's not under the 50 countries. And then you get 1 gig of 4G LTE data per month. And this data rolls over. This is what I use personally. I have this plan right here. I have the 4 gig data plan for $30. And the data that you don't use gets rolled over. Now you have unlimited talk, unlimited text, $10 international credit, and rollover data, and you get 4 gigs. And you know me, like I always tell you guys, use Wi-Fi everywhere you go because there's Wi-Fi available everywhere you go. Just be careful with using a public Wi-Fi with certain transactions. You might want to use a VPN for that. I'll save that for another video. But use Wi-Fi as much as you can. Save your data for when you need it. And if you don't use your data, it rolls over. So you're saving $1,000 every 2 years if you just keep your phone and get an unlimited prepaid plan. You could also do pay as you go. There's a bunch of services like this. I'm just showing you H2O because it's the one I use. But my thing is, guys, save on your phone. It's the biggest culprit, or one of the biggest ways you can save money if you just ask yourself, do I need the phone or do I want it? And if you do want it, just buy the phone. If you can't afford it, just wait until you could afford it. Save up until you could buy that shit in full. When you buy it in full, get a prepaid plan or get a pay as you go plan. That's one major way you guys can save. All right, so the next tip that you can use to save thousands a year, just get rid of cable, man. Get rid of cable. If you're on my channel, chances are you haven't even looked at a cable box in a couple of years. If you're new to the channel, we all cord cutters here and we stream the content we want to view. There's a lot of ways you could stream content. You have popular streaming services not like Netflix, PlayStation View. These all allow you to stream. Netflix, $9.99 a month. You stream your movies. You could do something like Sling TV, starts at $20. You could even do YouTube TV, $40 a month. You stream and you stream. You don't need any additional hardware in the house. You don't need to pay any rental fees for cable boxes or anything like that. You just stream whatever you want to watch. Or you could just do underground streaming services like, Gears or Eternal. There's a lot of ways you can save money by just getting rid of cable. They rob the customers. I don't care how they slice it. They rob the customers. They even charge for local channels. I'm sure you DirecTV guys know what I'm talking about. They charge for local channels. They charge you to rent the router, the cable modem, whatever. They charge you to rent your DVR. They charge you to rent any other additional boxes you have. Then you got to pay for premium packages, sports packages. They just try to get you any which way they can. So first and foremost, you want to save a couple $100 a month. Cut the cord. Just get a good streaming service, pay for what you need, and it's straightforward. If you really want to know about, APKs, Android apps you can use, or how you can use Kodi to stream content free of charge, or if you just want to pay a little bit per month for a paid IPTV service, just check out my playlist. I'll leave a link in the description box. I don't want to blow out this video too much with regards to that, but watch my playlist. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below. I'll show you how you can legally stream movies and TV shows and also live sporting events. Let's get to the next tip on how you can save thousands a year. All right, the next thing y'all can do, man, cut the bars out. No more bars, or at least if you're gonna go to the bar, y'all, if you're gonna go to the bar, you gotta know your liquors. You gotta know when they trying to get you. The bartenders are grimy. Bartenders are grimy. I'm not saying every one of y'all is grimy, but a lot of you guys, you have to make money based on your tips, right? So let's get into it. The average price for a cocktail in New York is about like $15 before tip. A lot of times the bartender will say, hey, that's $18. They just put the tip in there. They don't even tell you. And you feeling like, oh, these guys don't make much. You tip them on top of that. So you're giving this guy $21 for a cocktail. So he got the double tip, and it's like, hey.
Yeah, degrade myself, huh? I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
If you're not careful and say you go to the bar 3-4 times a week and you just, a couple of cocktails here, couple of shots here, you're spending $70, $80 every time you go out. If you don't believe that people actually spend this amount of money, check out your friends tab. Go through your credit cards, statements, and see exactly how much you spend. Or get an app and understand how much you're spending every time you go to the bar or go out to eat. You get hit in the head with liquor prices at the bar. You get hit in the head. You know what's better? Just go to a liquor shop, buy a bottle of Patron. You could get a bottle of Patron for $32, 750 milliliters. You get what? Damn near 20 shots out of that. Boy, if you go to a bar, you're going to be spending $7 a shot. Or if you're in New York, it could be as high as $10 a shot, $11 a shot. And they add tips. You got to tip these guys on top of that. It kills me when I see people burning money. When you could go to the liquor store and pay 1/4. You pay a quarter of what you get. You get the same shit from a liquor store that you do in a bar. So you guys got to know this, man. I'm trying to save you guys some money, man. Yeah, you might say I'm living in New York. These guys are crazy out there. I don't know what city you guys live in or what part of the world you guys are from, but I think these tips are universal. A rule of thumb, cut back on how much time you go to the bars. Because what do you do at a bar? You sit down and drink. You can't do that in the backyard of your friend's house or your house. Just go to the liquor store. You save so much and you get so much more and you get better quality liquor. A lot of times in these bars, They charge you top shelf prices, but they give you the low tier shit. But 98% of people in the bar don't know the difference between top shelf and just, the bottom feeder volume liquors. They don't even know the difference, but they paying it. Why are you spending $20 every cocktail? Why are you doing that? Why? You're sitting down at the bar watching TV. Oh, some of you guys might say, hey, man, there's girls here, but there's girls everywhere. There's girls in a coffee shop, bookstore, yoga class, gym. You got to get with it, man. You could save thousands of years by just either cutting out bars entirely, just cut them shits out, or just limit it. Know how to have a familiarity with prices for the drinks that you buy, because it should not be that drastically different from bar to bar. But believe me, they are. And a lot of times, people just make up their own prices. So you got to have some type of knowledge without getting into each drink and how much this should cost and that should cost. Cut back on bars or cut it out completely. You'll thank me later. Trust me when I say this. You will thank me later. You want some liquor? Go to a liquor shop. Buy a bottle of Patron. Buy a bottle of Belvedere. Smirnoff. You're gonna pay a fraction of the price, and you're getting better quality liquor. All right. So that's tip number 3. Cut out bars. While we're on the topic of bars, cut back on restaurants. Tip number 4. Look, I ain't the best cook in the world, but I can tell you what, if you could just learn the basics, rice, chicken, how to hook up a steak, mashed potatoes, just the basics. And instead of going out, 3-4 times a week, you go out maybe once a week, twice a week, and then you save the rest for special occasions. You will save a lot of money. And while we're on the topic of restaurants, don't just think just because it's a 5-star restaurant, it's better than them little, gems like in Flushing, where you could get a nice restaurant, great prices, and better food, better service. A lot of times those big restaurants, they charge you because all those chefs went to culinary arts school. So you're paying their salary. Then if you have a party of 3, 4, 5, whatever, they charging you mandatory tip, mandatory gratuity. That's an oxymoron, by the way. How can a tip be mandatory? But they charging you mandatory 18%. Mandatory. So if you're going out with 3, 4 friends and you're paying 18% tip, and then tax in New York is 8.875. So you know what I'm saying? Like, the tip is more than double the tax for the food that you bought. And then you're buying drinks on top of the food. So you're spending, you could spend anywhere from $50 to $75 just for you, just for you for eating at a good restaurant. $50 to $100 at a good restaurant just for you. Me, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll go to BBQs, Dallas BBQs, get me my sticky chicken tenders, and get a Texas size drink for $10, and I'm good to go. It hit the spot. I didn't get beat in the head, and I could look at my itemized bill and know exactly what I paid for. So guys, cut back on the restaurants, cut back on the bars. I'm not saying cut it out completely. If you have to live a little, right? You have to live a little. I understand that, but cut back on it. Cut back. See how much you save. If instead of spending $50 twice a week, that's $100. There's 52 weeks a year. If you go out eating twice a week, 52 weeks a year, you're going to be spending $5,200. It's basic math. I'm just rounding it out. Some of you guys may not spend $50 every time you go out to eat and drink, but believe me, that's what if you're going to a solid restaurant, you're going to be spending between drinks and food and appetizers, you're going to be spending about $50. Let's keep it real. If you do that twice a week, 52 weeks a year, it's $5,200. If you just cut that in half, instead of going out twice a week, you go out once a week. You cut that in half, that's $2,600. Much more manageable. You just saved over $2.5 grand just by cutting back on your restaurant visits. Say you want to go to restaurants twice a week, then go to a cheaper restaurant. Don't always associate high prices with good food. Like I said a million times, especially in a big city like New York, there are a lot of hidden gems out there. Great food. Doesn't matter if you like Asian food, Caribbean food, Italian food. There are a lot of gems. There's a lot of great spots. All right, so that's tip number 4. Go to cheaper restaurants, or just cut back on the restaurants that you go to, and you'll see how much money you save per year. Okay, so let's go down to the next tip on how you could save. This one kills me, man. This one, I don't know what the hell people thinking out there. But a credit card is not free money, y'all. A credit card is not free money. Now, a lot of times I see people go, yo, I want this, I want that. They charge up to the credit card and they pay the minimum every month and they get killed with the interest rate. Now, if you cannot pay the credit card in full every month, do not put it on the credit card. Because the interest, yeah, you got the item that you wanted, but the credit card interest is going to kill you. And oftentimes, if you look at the back of your paper statements, you'll see how much interest you get charged for whatever remaining balance is on your account. Like me, if I buy something on my credit card, the reason I use credit cards, because like I have the money to buy whatever I buy. Whatever I buy with my credit card, I got the cash already. But I use credit card because you get protection. You get additional warranty protection. I should make a separate video on that. Like say you buy a computer in full and it has a 1-year warranty. If you put the whole purchase on your credit card, you get an additional 1 year through the credit card warranty services. All you gotta do is give them the receipt, the warranty information, and I forget, it's something else you gotta give them. And then they cover you even after the regular manufacturer's warranty is expired. They cover you if anything goes wrong with it. Credit card have these little perks that I like to use. You get rewards points. So like if I spend, $5,000-$6,000 a year on purchases on one credit card, I'm getting rewards points. I might get a couple hundred, I might get several $100s in rewards points based off $6-7 grand worth of spending. That's free money. So not only do you get additional warranty services, you get free money. Those are the good things about credit cards that I take advantage of. But a credit card could lead you in a world of debt because a lot of people just think, oh, I have a $7,000, $8,000 credit limit on my Visa card, my MasterCard. I'm just going to buy this TV, buy this, that, and that, and that. And then every month they pay the minimum. They're paying $39 a month minimum, $60. And then they're getting killed with the interest. Get rid of your credit cards if you're not willing to pay for your statements every month in full. Right now, do it right now. Chop them up. Call up your credit card companies or whatever. Say, I don't need this. I want to close the account. Have maybe one credit card, maybe two, just in case of an emergency. And that's it. You don't need 5-6 different credit cards. You don't need it. There's some people with 8 credit cards. They have a Best Buy card. They got a Newegg card. They got a Macy's card. They got a MasterCard. You don't need all of that shit. Because all it's going to do is tempt you to spend money you don't have. Only buy what you can pay for in full by the time the statement comes through. Let's get to the next tip. We all have, ways to travel, right? Some people drive, some people walk, some people take public transportation. My thing is you have to know how to mix your methods of transportation. You have to learn how to mix it, because if you drive everywhere you go, you're going to get beat in the head with tolls, parking, and I'm talking from a big city perspective. Living in New York, those tolls will kill you. Verrazano Bridge, $17. You got all these bridges. Some of them charge $8.50 each way, to and fro. Then you have the parking if you're in Manhattan. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So you got to know when to drive and when to take the public transportation. It's real simple. Just see where you're going. Can you carpool? Say you live in New York, you're going to Great Adventures. You don't need to take 2-3 cars, whatever. Can you guys carpool? You rent a cheap SUV that could fit 6 people. You guys could split the shit 6 ways, and it's only one vehicle, one gas tank. You guys are good to go. Know when to carpool. If you are going to take the car, know when to carpool. The gas could get split 5-6 ways. The tolls could get split 5-6 ways. The parking, everything is split 5-6 ways. That's how we do it. None of us out here are ballers to the point where we throw away money. If we going to a spot, who car are we taking? That's the first thing I ask. Yo, whose car are we taking? Who got the best car? And if nobody want to put anybody in their fancy car, we rent something. We split that 5 ways. You get a little Pathfinder, you get a little Ford Explorer, fit 5-6 people easy. You paying $60. You split that 5-6 ways. Say you split that 6 ways. That's $10 a head. And then the gas, load up the tank. You load up the tank for $70. You split that. Boom. Easy. You guys got to think like this, man. Plan better. If you're going to go out with the friends, Plan better. Meet me at the house. Meet me here. I'll pick y'all up. Boom, boom. You save. Now, say you want to do state-to-state travel. Say state to state, you want to go from New York to Connecticut to Delaware to whatever state you want to go to. Use something like Megabus or Bolt Bus, right? Megabus, you can like save so much money, right? Say you want to go from New York to Boston. A Megabus ticket probably costs you $10 to $15. So for the price of one toll or two, depending on which toll road you take, you could go from wherever you're at in New York to another state for $10 to $15. Go to the Megabus website. Go to Bolt Bus website. There's a lot of competing buses out there, but I would say Bolt Bus, BOLT, and Megabus offer, the most competitive pricing if you want to do state-to-state travel. Shit, you could even go to Canada with Megabus. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna be doing transportation, you don't always have to just jump to the car every time. So look at something like Megabus. You'll be traveling more. You're gonna thank me later. Not only are you gonna be saving hundreds, if not thousands, on transportation every year, you're gonna be able to see more places because of the money you save. So take public transportation when necessary, park the car when necessary, carpool when necessary. These are all just basic tips that I can give you guys to save hundreds, if not thousands a year. All right, guys, that's about it for this video. Just a little switch up. We can always save money, and once you save up money, you could do things with it, whether it's invest or go after something you've been wanting for a long time. So I hope you guys implement all 6 of those things, man. It's real simple. I had a list of 25, but I figured I used the 6 best ways to save money, because those are things you can do like right away. You don't have to like go out and do anything special. You don't have to like go out of your way, out of your comfort zone. It's mainly cutting back. If you look at the 6 tips in this video, it's mainly just cutting back and just being wise about how you approach certain things that pretty much a lot of people don't even realize. Going to a bar, cable, getting a new phone every year. Those are things that people just do like automatically. So if you just, have a watchful eye, be a little bit more careful, be a little bit more wise about your approach, you can save hundreds, if not thousands a year, no matter who you are. All right, so stay tuned, guys. I got much more on the way, much more where that came from. If you like this video, just give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. 5th Avenue Project all day, baby.